Alright, so before we get into the 5-1-2 lick, it's important to understand a little bit about how it works. Why we call it the 5-1-2 is because we use the fifth note of the scale, the first note of the scale, and then the second note of the scale, essentially to create a run that we can play up and down the keyboard. So the 5-1-2 lick works best on a suspended chord, which if you don't know what that is, if you take a traditional chord, which we would all be familiar with, like G major, for example, G, B, D, G, excuse me, G, B, D, G, take that and raise the third, which is B, a half step up to the fourth, which is C. It gives us this sort of sound that isn't immediately pleasing to our ear necessarily. So you might ask, why would we want to use that? Well, my answer to that is that it can give our playing some emotion and also add some suspense. So for example, if I play a G chord but start out with a G suspended, it's going to sound something like this. And I'm just adding a G in the bass here. You can play that in any variation you want and then resolve it to the G. So if you want to get a little bit more creative with this is where the 5-1-2 lick comes in. So here we go. My thumb is going to be on G, my index finger's on C, my middle finger's on D, and then we're going to arpeggiate that. So slowly it's going to sound like this. Pretty simple, right? Now if I put a G in the bass under that, I get this. Then I can go back and resolve it to the major chord. So let's try that again quicker. Build some suspense. So a practical application for this, I'm going to give you the example of Shout to the Lord, which is a pretty popular contemporary Christian song right now. So let's just pretend that we're coming into the chorus on that. I'm going to play it in the key of C, so the last chord in the verse before starting into the chorus is a G chord. I'm going to suspend it, do the 5-1-2-3 lick, and you can see what you think. So here we go. And the beauty of this lick, like I said, is that you can do it anywhere. So I was doing it with a G suspended chord. You could do it with a C suspended chord. You could do it with an F suspended chord, which is going to include a B flat and a C. So anywhere along the way, in whatever key you're in, it can work. That was F. Here's G. Here's A flat. Very versatile lick. Give it a try if you have questions. I know maybe some of the details aren't as clear as you might like them to be, but I'm trying to keep the video concise. So let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, try it on for size and see how it works.